This episode is brought to you by Cheeky Maiden Soap Company. Now, lately, I've been trying to be really mindful of what I'm using in my household and also on my skin because it is your body's largest organ. And that's one of the reasons why I love Cheeky Maiden Soap Company is because they have natural soaps that are made with organic ingredients. It's also gentle on the skin, so it's milder compared to like industrial soap. So it's not going to strip away my skin's natural oils or cause irritation. It's moisturizing, but I also love that I am doing something good for the environment by using a natural soap, which is biodegradable and eco-friendly, so it's not harming aquatic life or polluting water sources. So why not check out Cheeky Maiden Soap, and you can either gift yourself, which we are all about here, or gift someone else these like beautiful handmade crafted soaps. They have so many other products too. They have like beard oils, they have dog shampoo, even household cleaners. So no matter what you want to gift yourself or someone else, you can visit cheekymaidensoap.com and use code mindful15 for 15% off your next order. That's cheekymaidensoap.com and code mindful15. Hello, everyone. Welcome to this episode of the Mindful in Minutes podcast. Today, we are going to do a meditation for times that you are feeling angry or frustrated and you want to kind of alleviate some of that pressure. We're going to dive right into it, but I did want to just make a note. You'll see on the podcast feed that there is a second anger and frustration meditation. This one is for kids. So I've been getting a lot of requests to do kids meditations. I usually put those over on Meditation Mama, but I thought mix it up this week and I'll do an adult version and a kid version. I won't do this often, but I felt inspired to share this one. So that's what that second meditation is, if that applies to you. But let's go ahead and just dive into this meditation. So I want you to take a moment to think about two different colors. We'll be doing a breathing technique called color breathing. I want you to think about, for you, what color represents anger and frustration. Don't overthink it. It can be whatever the first thing that comes to mind is. And then I want you to think about what color for you represents the opposite of that anger and frustration, kind of that tranquility, that calm, that softness. What color represents that for you? And just keep those colors in mind as we're going to be using them in just a couple of moments. But as you settle in for this meditation, begin just by taking a quick scan of the body. Maybe starting at the top of the head and slowly moving down your body. Just briefly checking in with your different parts. And noticing where in your body you're holding that anger or frustration. Maybe you find it in your jaw and you're clenching it. Maybe it's in your hands or your stomach. Just going through, checking in with your parts. And if you find any that are holding that anger or frustration, do your best to soften them, even just a tiny bit. Just continuing to move through your body. Just finishing up with that body scan. And now imagine that within you, there's a little vessel. Maybe it's a box, maybe it's a barrel or a jar, but it's holding that anger and frustration. And that jar is filled with your color that represents anger. And this vessel, it's almost like this pressure cooker. It's filled to the brim. It's tense. It's like if one more drop of that color was added, it would just blow its top. See that within you, and without judgment, just recognize that, wow, I am feeling angry and frustrated, and that's okay. Now bring your awareness to your breath. And begin to let the breath move effortlessly in and out of your body. Maybe slowing it down, letting the breath be a little bit deeper and fuller. And now as you inhale, visualize that color of tranquility and calm moving in through your nose, and watch as it spreads out through your body, carrying that feeling of calm with you. And then as you breathe out, see that color of anger and frustration move from that vessel and out of your nose, alleviating a little bit of that pressure. Just inhaling, bringing in that color of tranquility, of calm, of patience. And exhaling, releasing that color of anger and frustration. And just continuing with this cycle. Breathing in the color of calm, breathing out that color of frustration. And with every single breath cycle, feel some of that pressure be alleviated. Maybe even in that vessel, you see that the color is diminishing. Maybe it's not as bright, it's not as intense. It's continuing to breathe, inhaling the color of calm, exhaling that color of anger and frustration. Just cycling through, alleviating that pressure, alleviating that frustration, that hot, heated sensation, just being irritated. With every breath cycle, just let those feelings subside just a little bit. Just continuing to breathe, inhaling the color of calm, exhaling that color of anger, frustration. And now maybe seeing that vessel, maybe almost all of the frustration is gone, and instead it's now being filled up with that color of calm. And now for these last few rounds of breath, adding a mantra. So you'll inhale that calm, exhale frustration. And at the end of the exhale, you just say, I release my anger and frustration now. Inhaling that calm, exhaling frustration. I release my anger and frustration now. Doing this a few more times. One final round, visualizing that color using the mantra. And taking a big deep breath in through the nose. Open mouth exhale, just sighing, letting it out, really letting go of any of that lingering frustration. Do that one more time. Inhale, filling up. Exhale, letting go of all of that last little bit of anger, frustration, irritation. Just let it go with your breath. And then when you're ready, just beginning to open your eyes, returning to the space in your body, and checking in once again with how you're feeling now. Hopefully it's a little bit better. And make sure to thank yourself for taking these few minutes just to honor how you're feeling and to alleviate some of that pressure. Thank you so much for joining me.